So I don't know how long it would have taken to tie this. Each length is maybe like a foot and a foot and a half long. So he had to go and get these materials, had to tie them, and as I say, the water only just makes it. So a lot of time was wasted making this rope a good 4 or 5 feet too long than it needed to be. So I don't know, Preacher's just wasting time. He's playing with them.
Yeah, that's a long rope.
When I first saw that scene, I thought it was Preacher's clothing. And I was like,
cut up to a naked LL Cool J.
Yeah, I was like, I'm excited for this, and then it wasn't, so I'm disappointed.
He's just wearing the crucifix and nothing else.
A little gratuitous, Preacher, but we appreciate it. That was a great assist. Thanks a lot for that.
And you made it too long. You didn't have to take off everything.
Yeah. You know what's wild is I've never thought about that rope being too long, but now that I look back at it, I mean, that's a long rope.
It's in the water. I mean, I get the directing of the shot coming up from the water. Because a nice single take shot starts with the water, just reaching the ladder, and it pans up to see the rope coming out of the water and follows it up to the doorway. It's a nice progression of the shot. It's smooth, it flows, I like it. But it's just the rope is too long. That's all it is.
Are you ready yet? No. I mean, we only needed 4 feet. Well, I guess you could tie it to the metal door, right? So it'd have to be maybe 10 feet long just to have enough for knots.
And this is the easiest door closing we've seen in the entire film so far. That door just shuts, the wheel spins. That's it.
Where did it rank
how
on
these
my...
things are supposed to work.
I ranked it pretty high on my door closing list.
You should, because it's a nice fluid motion.
I don't know where I have
where did you rank Carter breaking through the door with the knife?
Oh, that's a great
That's
question.
got to be up there.
I don't even know where it is.
Mark did a full breakdown ranking of every door opening and closing in the film. David.
Let's see. Oh,
this should not surprise
I have that at number. I have that number 14. Carter opening level 2 door out of 28. So it's right in the middle for me.
There were 28 door opens and closes, including the oven, several times.
And number 3, I have Preacher opening the door, and then at number 20, I have the closed door with a rope.
Oh, I love the door. That's too low for that door closing, I think.
But you really swayed me.
I have to do my own ranking.
Yeah, when I update this list, because I'm telling you, I was at door fatigue during this moment. David, go back and just focus on all the door closings in this film. I mean, I wish the DVD...
So many scenes start and end with a door closing or opening. It's great.
On my Freddy vs. Jason DVD, there's an option to where you can just go to the kills, and there's a full screen option as well. But I also own a full screen copy of Alien vs. Predator, and it makes me so happy. I feel like Dustin Hoffman from The Graduate in the pool, just floating. That's how happy I am. I wish there was a thing on the menu for going to each door, opening and closing. That's all I'd watch.
Just that.
That's all there is. That's all I'd watch.
It's such a screenwriting 101 thing. It's like begin and end your scene with action. It's like what's a simple action? Opening or closing a door.
I know that over on Star Wars Minute they talked about there's supercuts of every ship landing in the Star Wars prequels, and it's been recut every time it lands. You have Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi going, "Another happy landing." it's like 3.5 minutes of ships landing. There's so many in those films.
Man, that'd be a funny data article. Star Wars movies featuring the less amount of ships landing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the original trilogy has the fewest, and the prequels have the most. Would be my guess.
I mean, well, I have nothing to say about that. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't come up with that data. I blame you, David Cross.
It's all me. I did it. What did I do?
You've been keeping me busy with Friday. Oh, you know what? Just remember, you should check out our Friday the 13th data that will be out by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Is that a shameless plug?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of door opening in that franchise, so it counts.
A lot of doors being
door
kicked
busting.
Open. Who wins? Robert Carlyle, Wendigo, or Jason? And if he eats Jason, does he get Jason's powers?
The problem with talking about Friday the 13th is that it's so insane. Like, there's no singular plot line. Like, every franchise re-envisions what happened previously, that it's almost impossible. You have to pick a version of Jason. It's like, do you want zombie Jason? You want living Jason? You want future Jason? And then you could probably narrow it down from there.
Mm-hmm. So, human Jason.
Okay. So, as he's a kid?
Nah, he's from two.
Let's not talk about eating children, if that's okay.
Yeah.
If we could not do that.
The second one.
From the second one. Okay, I think he would get his powers, because he's basically a human in that one. He's a human and more human in the second one than any other one, I would say.
This is my new game. I'm just going to be out at get-togethers and networkings and stuff like that whenever the world gets back to normal. And be like, would Robert Carlyle get C-3PO's powers if he ate him? Just see what people say. What do you think, Jay?
Well, that's a no, because C-3PO is not a human. If he ate Anthony Daniels, then yes. But not but I mean, if he were to eat Anakin Skywalker, then would he get Jedi powers? That's the thing.
Wow.
Which,
Yes.
presumably yes, because he's human. Yeah.
Midi-chlorians.
Yeah, if you believe that sort of thing.
That's see. All right, yeah. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but it made me happy.
That's what we do here, Matt.
Yeah, you're right. This will be known as Robert Carlyle eating people episode.
Probably, yeah. One of them.
Oh, and I also like how the blood, they made the very smart decision of
CGI blood.
all the blood in the pool. Yeah, the CGI blood, because imagine waiting for that tank to be emptied with all the blood. Like, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, I had no idea until listening to the commentary, and that's a really smart decision, and it looks great. You cannot tell. I showed the scene to my wife, and like, what do you reckon? There's something in here that's CGI. What do you think it is? And she had no idea. And I was like, it's the blood. And it's just, it's amazing.
Wow.
I didn't know. I thought that was real.
Yeah, it just looks really good. But yeah, it's just so they can shoot it again and again and again. They spent like 6 days shooting in this shaft.
Oh, that'd be so horrible.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Oh man, so I've done movies with big scenes, and you'll be in a place for 5-6 days, and you begin to hate it. I don't ever want to spend it. You run out of that thing like the happiest you've ever been. But surrounded by water, you have guys with cargo shorts dropping fire down. You know what though? I did like the panning shots. So when Carter's prying the door open, I love the shots that pan down to get him opening. I think there's some neat skill, and I also think Tom Jane's acting is pretty solid in this. I like when he asks Scoggins, hey man, can you reach it? Like, he seems very world weary when he asks him. And I like that reading. Susan McAllister looked legit shocked, and I also love Scoggins' shocked face.
Yeah, he has a reaction. I wasn't sure how to read it. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, I made that note too, by the way, Jay. I was like, what is this? What? Is this like him looking? It looks like he just like is trying to look odd, but he doesn't have the ability, doesn't have the acting skill.
I think he does. Well, it's hard to know how you'd react in this kind of situation, because he just lost Russell Franklin, and after that he had a break. He had a mental break. Like, he just broke down at that scene. So he's recovered from that. Just coming here, he's just been hit in the face with a bit of falling debris, lost another one of his good friends in a horrific manner. He saw them being dragged underwater by a shark, and now his face is just like, it's trying to understand, trying to comprehend everything that's happened in the last 12 minutes, I think.
That's a good point. It's like, is it 12 minutes? It's probably less. It's like 5 minutes you just saw 2 people get killed.
It's I mean, I don't know how my face would look, but it would be pretty bloody and inside of a shark at that point.
Yeah, but no. So now I know we got to get out of here. But David, you always do this to me when you join the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. Give me your 3 favorite moments of this, and then if we have anything else, we can cover it, and then we can jump into plugs. So David, your 3 favorite moments.
Yeah, starting at number 3, I'm going to quickly create these. I think the sort of my favorite thing overall is Preacher. I think he's a fun character, especially the kitchen scene. I love that character. So number 3. I guess number 1 is, like everyone else, is Samuel L. Jackson getting eaten. I love that scene. I know you previously talked about wanting to see a prequel of what happened to him previously. I would have watched that movie 100%. Love it. What is number 2? That is a great question. I think it's Scoggins.
Whoa.
I just really like you have a guy who's just sort of doing his best, right?
He's trying.
He's just trying. Like, you don't see no character who's just like, I'm trying. Because Carter's hyper competent, right? Like, everyone else is pretty competent, and then Scoggins is like, I'm okay. I'm doing my best.
I think when Janice dies, I feel like Carter's thinking, I lost another one. He said, my people to save, and I lost another one. Whereas Scoggins is like, oh no, another person's died. It's not my responsibility, but oh no. He's just sad. Whereas Carter feels a responsibility.
Oh, dude, he does his best. And those I like it. There should be a poster for that. Scoggins, he does his best.
I reward trying.
Here's what we've got.
It's better than nothing.
He's a doctor. He's a doctor. Before you get out, I did want to mention one thing. At what point does Carter use his smuggling abilities? Does he use them at all in this film?
No.
Wow.
No. Okay, I was worried that I missed it, so I was just making sure I didn't miss it.
Unless it's when he has his knowledge of swimming out and distracting the sharks with the fire extinguishers and the bright colours and the flashing lights. If that's some kind of smuggling trick to get past, you distract the police or not the police, the ocean equivalent of police. I can't think of right now. The Coast Guard. You distract the Coast Guard by send them over there with flashing lights and fire extinguishers, and then you swim over this way.
Yeah. In my headcanon is that Carter was smuggling exotic animals, primarily sharks, and that's why he was there. That's how I got it all to work in my mind. That's
how you got into the shark wrangling business.
Yeah, exactly.
Shark smuggling. We never know what he smuggled, so yeah, that works.
He supplied all the sharks for the movie Sharks in Sweden.
That's a deep cut.
Starring Dolph Lundgren. Oh man. Well, this was fun. Hey, anything you want to plug, David, before we get out of here?
You can find my podcast at Award Wieners. On anywhere you listen. We're going to do American in Paris next. That'll be out by the time this comes out. And check out our Mark and I's Friday the 13th article. I believe it's going to be the most Friday the 13th movie ever. We're still working on the title, but that's what it is.
And also go to his Instagram. So there's Award Wieners Instagram. You put up some great stuff. It's a wonderful page to follow. So definitely follow Award Wieners on Instagram. You're blowing up on that right now, man. You're going to become an influencer. Yeah,
I'm going to at least get to probably 10,000 people early next year. Yeah, we do memes, we do quizzes, we do just anything and everything movie related, all with a lighthearted touch. We are not haters. We might look at things critically, but we don't hate films. We just talk about how they're interpreted.
Yeah, it's a wonderful page. Jay, any plugs?
You can follow this podcast at Deep Blue Sea Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and email us deepblueseapod@gmail.com. And you can find me and more of my stuff over at lifeversusfilm.com, over on the Lambcast, or over on the Lamb, the large association of movie blogs, largeassmovieblogs.com. Come and join us if you have a movie blog and want to join a community of movie blogs. Mark, what about you?
Just go to Rotten Tomatoes. You can type in Mark Hoffmeyer Rotten Tomatoes. You can read my articles there. I work on their podcast, Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong. Then I work on their Versus videos. And I've noticed that anything with Chucky's popular. Anything with Chucky. 6.5 million views. You put Chucky in it. It's insane. Let's see.
People do love Rugrats.
Oh, yeah. Chucky vs. Rugrats.
Chucky is a more likable Freddy. He's a more understandable Freddy. That's why people like him.
Nailed it. All right. Well, I got to quit that because you just perfected it. That's awesome. Go to Movies, Films, and Flicks, Movies, Films, FLIX, listen to the podcast, listen to the episodes that I've recorded with Jay and David. David and I are doing the new Universal series. We've had a lot of fun with that. We're doing Darkman, then we're going to do Underworld. And, listen to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast, and pay attention for Friday the 13th, the most Friday the 13th movie. But this was fun. So thank you for joining me, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer.
And me, Jay Cluett.
This is
and David Cross.
And David Cross. Oh, I jumped on that. And this is Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye.